Filling our big match studio with still more big soccer names, Dave Mackay of Derby County and Alan Mullery of Spurs, to give us a new slant to that Tottenham game, which is where we start now. Spurs against Derby, and that highly emotional moment when Dave Mackay, so long a favourite at Tottenham, returns as skipper of Derby.
This really was a wonderful day for me, coming back to White Hart Lane. This is the day I've dreamed about since Derby won promotion last year, and it was very nice to come back there.
Dave Mackay, who broke his leg twice in the service of Spurs, and a really glorious career he had there, and a great reception from the crowd. But today Spurs field a side that swept past Bradford City in a replay on Wednesday, but they so often look strangely vulnerable on their own ground this season, and no doubt they'll be very pleased indeed that their big number 5, Mike England, is back in their defence. He's missed several weeks with an ankle injury and went off before the end on Wednesday. Spurs, I think, are going to need him against this Derby County side that lies 5th in the First Division. Robson is unfit at full-back, so Peter Daniel gets a rare chance, and at number 9, Frank Wignall, so often a substitute, comes in for the injured O'Hare. The crowd, 38,000 strong, and they still have one more salute for Dave Mackay. The referee, Jim Finney.
So it's a match that is charged with all the right sort of emotions here at White Hart Lane, with so much respect and affection for Dave Mackay, skipper of Derby County, now defending that goal to our left in the dark shirts, all blue in fact. Perryman looking for Gilzine, cut out by McFarland, and Spurs with so much to play for. They want to beat their old chum Dave Mackay, but above all they want to revenge that 5-0 defeat up at the baseball ground in September. A really astonishing result, and one that Spurs won't likely forget. Here's Hinton. Joe Kinnear to take it. Gilzine trying to come away from McFarland, and McFarland's feet were rather high, but he gets it through now to Hinton. Hector racing on ahead of him. Hector, beautiful play there by Derby County, and a good piece of work there by Jennings. Beale again, beaten in the air, Wignall, oh, and again Jennings, and now Hector, can he finish it off? Down goes Jennings again, no penalty, says referee Finney. Finding Dook. Jumped over very nicely by Hector. Now Carlin. Hector looking a real threat to Tottenham in this first 20 minutes or so. Hinton. Oh, and Jennings was really stretched for that one. Once. And he's not going to get it. Kinnear back to Pearce again. Low and hard, Greaves! Oh, what a goal by Greaves! Oh, what a superb header by Greaves! So there we are, 23 minutes gone. Knowles again. Oh, not looking at allowing Hinton to come in and take it. Not given any warning that Hinton was coming up so quickly from the back. Here's McGovern again. Hector. Having won a battle against Beale, and down he goes, a free kick. And a yard and a half further on, and that most definitely would have been a penalty. But the half-time score here at White Hart Lane is Spurs 1, Derby County 0. More soccer for you in just a couple of minutes. So it's Hinton with the corner. Twisted away, coming through now to Webster. And just over! penalty area. So it's a corner then to Spurs. England well up there, Morgan well up there, and now Perryman to try one. Morgan, and now Greaves is offside. He's offside. He's not happy, but he's offside. Derby's ball, and Wignall with it. Daniel right up. Almost getting it through too. Mullery and Greaves. Oh, one for Gilsine, and he's onside. He's got Morgan up in support. And there it is! Oh, a beautiful goal! Morgan to finish it off. Greaves and Gilsine to make it. A truly great goal. Well, it was Greaves and Gilsine who fashioned it, and it was Morgan who darted in to finish it off. So Dave Mackay with the kick for Derby. Daniel right up there, putting it straight in, and Wignall, oh, he was a little slow there. Carlin! Carlin! When Spurs thought they were safe, Carlin screwed that little leg of his round and makes it 2-1. So Derby now come back into this game with something like 4 minutes left. To Kinnear. Perryman. To England. England again. Carlin. Oh, to Durbin. And now to Wignall with a great chance. Just wide. Oh, Jennings, who just gets that hand to it. That so nearly was the equaliser. Durbin. And Spurs, for so long coasting, now really hanging on in these last couple of minutes. And there goes the final whistle. And not a moment too soon for Spurs. Goal. So the final score here at White Hart Lane is Spurs 2, Derby County 1.
So it wasn't a happy homecoming for Dave Mackay after all. But Dave is our big match guest today. Indeed, we got the skippers of both sides yesterday afternoon. Dave Mackay of Derby County, Alan Mullery of Spurs, and with them is Jimmy Hill.
Fair result, Dave?
I think it was a fair result in the finish. We played very well to start. We had chances earlier on in the game, but I think the 2-1 was, I would accept that.
What about you, Alan?
I agree, Jim. I think it was a fair result. As Dave said, they played very well early on. They could have had possibly 1 or 2 goals.
I've never seen footballers agree quite like this. You weren't agreeing
Well,
as well as
we're
it used
old
to be
teammates, you see. We don't agree on the pitch, but we agree, like, I think, outside the game, you know, we're inclined to agree. I wouldn't say they haven't accepted me. I think they have, you know. But it was, you see, he's been such a phenomenon at the club, this fella, you know, in everything he's done.
Look at him smiling away there. A legend in his own lifetime. That's well an overdone phrase, but I think when you come back after 2 broken legs and captain a side that's got promotion, I think that could be said, Dave. That's enough. You're not going to get any more praise than that. Now, what about allowing Greaves to get this goal? His first league goal since early November. What do you think about that? Should you have let him get it?
Well, it's an impossible thing, really. I mean, it's very, very hard. He does it. You don't let him get it. He just gets them, and it's very, very hard to stop him.
Well, here it is coming up now. There's the cross from
Actually,
Spurs.
I thought I was going to head of this ball. It swerved slightly.
That's you, the first one there.
First one. Never got off the ground.
And look at the power there.
Tremendous header, wasn't it? Great header.
You know, one of the dangers you'll always find Jimmy Greaves, and it's impossible to stop him anyway.
Now, this second goal, this I think showed in modern football how there's number 3 there. Very quickly, you can see him running back. That's Peter Daniel, the right back.
Yes.
Alan's played the ball out there to Jimmy Greaves. We get a chance to look at Jimmy's swinger, his right foot, but what a lovely ball that is. Now, the point is, at that moment, as Alan Gilsine picks it up, you come into the picture in the middle of the screen there. Was Gilly offside when the ball was passed? Now here we see the finish of it, a beautiful cross from Gilsine.
Wonderful ball.
It defeats the goalkeeper, he's beaten completely, and there's Roger Morgan. All he's got to do is come in and scoop it into the net with the inside of his foot. But I understand that you still feel, even having seen that, Dave, that
Yeah, well,
Gilly
I
was
said last
offside.
night I was talking to Alan Gilsey, and I played him offside. You know, I was the last man anyway, and Gilly came across me and in front of me, and I let him go. I wanted him to keep running, which he did, but as he went out, he checked back slightly. But I would say we can't really get a true picture there, and I was wanting to bet him last night £1 that he was offside, and I would take him and let him be the referee today, so he'll be sitting watching.
Well, I don't think the picture does really clear it up if we can be
You see, I let him go. I mean, I can't afford to give anybody a start, so especially Gilly.
Here's the speed with which modern football works. He's made half a mistake, Daniel. In fact, he's had a shot at goal, and just watch, he doesn't get a chance to get back. This is how quickly the move is conceived, direct all the while, straight into the other penalty area. There's the cross, and you can see as Morgan puts it in, Daniel is a yard from catching him.
He done very well. He got back I mean, the pitch was very, very heavy yesterday, and he sprinted nearly 100 yards there.
How does an old man like you keep going with the pace of the game like that?
He did. Peter Daniels, that's how he gets back, you see. He helps out. I couldn't have done it. I'd have probably been in the halfway line by then.
I suppose 4 million people at least. And here it is, Dave Mackay, of all people, taking the kick, and there's Peter Daniel running out with a first-time volley, which is a very good skill indeed, straight into the area. There's a bit of jostling and jumping goes on there. Everybody misses, and there you are, Alan, going in and thinking, I've got the ball. But Willie Carlin there, number 8, who you see stealing up behind you, thinks otherwise, slides full length, and I would hardly say crashes the ball into the net. He crashes his foot against the ball, but you can see, even in slow motion, that it almost doesn't reach the back of the net. What about that, Mr. Mullery?
I'd take the blame for that, Jim, definitely.
Well, it made up, I think, Spurs win yesterday, made you happy, obviously, Alan, but it made up, on aggregate, Dave, are you claiming a victory?
Yes,
what was the result up at Derby? 5-0.
Yeah. We won an aggregate, but we'll take a game apiece, that's not bad.
Game apiece is not, it's a fair result.
If I'm going to lose a match, I'd rather lose to Tottenham than any other team.
Well, that's
quite
marvellous.
genuine, really.
And with that thought from Dave Mackay, may I thank you both for coming to the big match.
Thank you, Jim.